Afternoon, ladies and gents. I just thought I'd do a quick video about podcasts because I seem to rattle on about them quite a lot. They get me through a lot of my driving. As an alternative to music, I'll generally have a bit of music and then go on to the podcast because they make you listen, you get involved, and I find that the drive can go really quickly sometimes. So I just thought I'd go through a few of my personal favourites, and then perhaps some people can comment and tell me what they listen to and maybe give me a bit of inspiration for something else to listen to. So probably my favourite at the moment is, I don't know how well this is going to come out, this is Untold, the Daniel Morgan murder. That's just absolutely incredible, and the cover-ups and the corruption with the police and the media in the UK is just quite staggering, really. That was, I'm hooked to that. I'm still waiting for the next episode to come out. I've even bought the book. Now, there's another show that I got told about a while ago, Serial, with an S. That's really interesting. There's two series. The first one's about a guy in America called Adnan Syed, who, in my opinion, is sitting in jail wrongly for the murder of his ex-girlfriend. And it goes through his story, basically, and the second series is about an American soldier who went AWOL in Afghanistan, I think it was. His story, was he a traitor or not? That was pretty good. So I really enjoyed Serial. Off the back of that, a show called Undisclosed has appeared, which is that one. Again, I don't know how well this is coming out. Undisclosed takes an even deeper look, first series, into Adnan's case, so relative of his, and they just break down everything, go through everything. That's kind of morphed into several different series now. There's another one they did on a guy called Joey Watkins, and so on. So I'm getting through them at the moment. They're very interesting. They're quite sort of hard, I wouldn't say hard to listen to, but you've got to really sort of pay attention, and you can't just sort of have it on and not really, not really listen. You've got to sort of give it your whole sort of thing. Also, Serial led on to a show called S-Town, which was all released in one hit, so you can binge listen, as they say. And that was really, really good as well. It kind of ended, to me, it ended very abruptly, and it sort of ended as if there should be more. But that was really good, well worth a listen to. Another favourite is Mysterious Universe. That comes up, it's not just about aliens. It comes up with some interesting stuff, that does. That's where, it's inspired me to buy a few different books that I've read that I found really interesting. Two Aussie guys basically giving you these stories from the news and they'll soon tell you if they think it's rubbish, and they'll just rip it to pieces. They don't just believe everything they hear. That's well worth a listen. We've got No Such Thing as a Fish, like that. That's the guys and girls behind QI, and they basically go in with their favourite fact of the week, and they do a bit of a comedy show about that. That's very entertaining and interesting, I find. There's one called Pessimist's Archive. There's only a few episodes of that so far, and that's about things that came in and sort of revolutionised the world, and how the world was going to end, because of this invention sort of thing. I particularly like the one about the Walkman. The fact that they actually changed the law somewhere because of Walkman, I found quite staggering, really. Another one I've recently got into, I got told about through Facebook, is Sword and Scale. That's really good. I've got hooked on that pretty quickly. Again, it's all true crime stuff, some pretty horrendous stuff, and it's just talking about that. So I've done about 6 or 7 episodes of that. That's pretty good. I've not subscribed to this, but occasionally there's a BBC The Documentary. Occasionally I'll have a look through and see if there's something that interests me. I'll download it. There's one really good one I recommend on there called Rockin' the Stasi. That's really, really interesting. So that's well worth a listen to. I've got The Budget-Minded Traveller, which is all about travelling the world on a budget. That's quite interesting. A few good little hints and tips. The Friday Night Comedy from Radio 4. Really, for the news quiz, and a couple of other shows. I don't listen to all of it. But I do like a bit of comedy. Adventure Rider Radio, that's really good, because I'm a bike fan, and one day I'd like to travel the world on a bike, but I'm not going to give up my job to do so, just because I love my job, really. But that's really interesting. Listen to people's, tales and stories, and so on and so forth. So I highly recommend that one. One I've just finished, that's a couple of years old now, is called Black Hands, a family mass murder. And that's a show, it's a 11 parts in the end. It's about a New Zealand family who all got murdered except for the son, and whether he did it, whether his dad did it. Really enjoyed that one. That was really good. So everything I listen to is sort of like, it's non-fiction, comedy, a lot of crime stuff. The one exception really is Trailer Park Boys podcast. If you've not watched the show, you need to watch the show really, and see who Ricky and Julian and whatnot are. And it's pretty explicit. But if you like Trailer Park Boys, I think you'll like the podcast. I think it's hilarious. That is it, I believe. Yeah, that's all I've got so far. So if you've got any suggestions of something that's well worth a listen to, I'd love a comment. If you've not listened to any of them and you listen to them and enjoy them, that's great. That's what keeps me entertained during the day. So I'm now in Helsinki on a 45-hour break in a hotel. So I'm gonna wrap this up, try and get it uploaded, and I'm gonna go for a little stroll about because it's nice and sunny still. So I hope this has been of interest, and I shall catch you soon.